So I've been asked by a few people now to make a video about how my power has changed over the years, or rather how has my fitness changed over the years. And to answer that question, I had to dig really far back. To be honest, I didn't have to actually dig that far back. Like, to be honest, a lot of places like Strava and Training Peaks have got all that data kind of backed up. So what I did was I went to Strava, I looked at the power curve, which is kind of like your best power for, you know, whatever kind of time period you're looking at. And I took each time period, I took each year, and then I basically compared it. So I've got the, okay, I'm going to put this up on the screen as well, so obviously you guys can see it. But when I started racing and training like professionally for what was then Laverack on the GLT, it was like 2013. But in 2012, when I raced the Junior Tour of Wales as a junior, 18 years of age, I didn't have a power meter. So after I came third in the Junior Tour of Wales and had prize money and everything, I actually bought a power meter. Now it was a power tap, it was hub based, so obviously not maybe as classy as having a crank based power meter, but it was still fairly decent. Now these numbers I've basically gone off kind of the standard that people use. So we've got the 5 second, the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 20 minute. And then just as like a bit of a kind of what can we base it off of type of thing, I've got weight in at the end as well. So for 2013 you can see, I'm not gonna like read all these out because you can obviously see them on the screen. But as a quick summary, my 5 second has kind of been on an upward and downward trend. To be expected really. I think a youngster, a junior, is always going to produce more power over a shorter period of time, just because like their kind of aerobic system hasn't developed fully yet. So hence why my anaerobic system was, I guess, kind of quite good, or rather my sprint was actually quite good. Well, not quite good, but it was half decent. The 1 minute, interestingly, has just skyrocketed. Like, I've almost gained 100 watts on my 1 minute, and obviously my weight has come down quite a lot. Same with the 5 minute, I've gained like 60 watts, and with the 20 minute I've gained like 30 or 40 watts. Now, like I said, it's not like they just increased, you know, linearly through the years. It went through peaks and troughs, so I'd go up, I'd come down, I'd go up again. The training, like, I'd love to kind of break down the training and tell you exactly, you know, what training I was doing. That's kind of why I'm a little bit gutted that I didn't start just documenting what I was doing and what I was training, how I was training years ago, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, because I think it'd be really good to look back on it and go, that was stupid, or that was a really good idea, actually, I need to do more of that. So obviously as a junior, you know, well, coming out of a junior as an 18, 19, 20 year old, I was carrying a lot of puppy fat. And we've got to put it into context, like I'd only started racing like a year before that time, so like my body still hadn't gotten used to the sport, it still hadn't kind of adapted. I was still carrying a lot of weight from just being, you know, your average kind of kid, I guess. And you know, when my body composition started to change, and a lot of that is kind of down to just cycling. Like I wouldn't say that I wouldn't tell juniors or, you know, guys that are under 23 years of age, I wouldn't tell them to be real dialed in with their nutrition, even though it does make a difference. You know, don't focus on the weight loss side of it, because that can come naturally. So for me to go from like 65 kilos down to like, I guess, you know, race weight is now like 60 kilos, and you know, hill climb weight is like 57, 58. Take from it what you want. It's like, I thought it was such a good question, I had to address it. Like I had to, just like, I'm surprised I never even thought about it myself, just like going back and digging through the files and just checking it out. I mean, I'm pretty surprised that, you know, the 1 minute and the 5 minute has increased as much as they have. I actually enjoy those efforts. I enjoy the 5 minutes, I don't enjoy the 1 minute as much, but the 20 minute has increased. It's not increased massively. I've always had this kind of dream that I could do 400 watts for 20 minutes. Not that it means anything, like I'm not standing here and saying that like if you could do 400 watts for 20 minutes you're gonna go world tour. It's just one of those personal goals you kind of set yourself. But like, again, none of these things really mean anything. They just mean that you can produce, you know, 380 watts for 20 minutes under a certain protocol, but can you do it anywhere else? Same goes for the 5 minute effort, like can you actually do it anywhere else? I'd just be really interested to know like how much more can I get out of myself? Like if I'm 24 now and 25 this year, how much more can my body be pushed? Like how many more gains can I see? Can I get to 400 watts? If I've gained 40 watts over the last 6 years, can I get another 20 watts in the next 5 years? Can I get another 20 watts on anything else? Like the sprint aspect of it, so like the 5-second power, I'm pretty sure that if I literally just honed in on that and just, you know, kind of gave up on everything else and just went for like, how good can I get my 5 seconds? You know, I could get that back up to 1300. I think, you know, that's the other thing, being really specific on each of those efforts. If you're a pursuiter, if you're a hill climber, if you're a 12-hour endurance rider, if you're a 10 more time trial specialist, all these things, like, hence why the power curve kind of comes into its own, because you can start to build a picture, see where your strengths are, see where weaknesses are, see where you can improve, see how you have improved, and just taking it from there. So I hope you enjoyed this little insight. If you did, share it with somebody and give this video a like. Heading up to North Wales this weekend, if I haven't already said. Hoping to hike Snowdon, but I'm not going to be taking my laptop with me this time because I'm going to be riding to North Wales. It's going to be like 225k, and I'm really excited to ride there. Even if it's just like a leisurely pace, I just want to go out and have a nice day on the bike, being that the weather's so good in the minute. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon.